Hello everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and we are up for another Digimon line of the Digimon Thoughts Pulsemon line video. I was thinking about this Digimon, and I was come to a realization. I think giving it individual pieces wouldn't necessarily do it justice in terms of what we're wanting to accomplish. What I have to say. As we begin, we'll go through the in trainings, and then we'll move up to Pulsemon. We'll talk a little bit more about Pulsemon, and then get to the individual evolution lines. But we're going to be doing it a very specific way, so to speak. So first off, let's start off with Dokimon, which the origin is best safe beat safe or pulsate, I guess. Dokimon is a interesting looking Digimon. It definitely gives off the Pulsemon vibe of a head. Has like a kind of a check mark and a little lightning bolt. It's kind of cute, a bit round. I could see it being used for other Digimon, but it's not. I guess not one of my favorite of in training. It's just kind of a little bit generic a little bit too generic. Then moving on, we have BBmon, which is more Pulsemon related. I like this a lot more. I think this is actually this is a V, not a check mark. But it looks like Pulsemon, but you can also be a bit generic. And BB is like beeps or like heartbeat, like for a heart rate monitor. I really like the yellow, the eyes, the mouth, and like the lightning. It's a good in training Digimon. In training 2 for, and hopefully I kind of want to see more of this guy. Another second round of it, even with Dokimon. I know it's very specific, but I think it could work with other Digimon. Then we have Pulsemon, kind of I would say Harrismon 2.0, because it's kind of has a hedgehog feel to it, but also it's Sonic inspired. The Digimon in general, this design is pretty cool. Got these big arms. He kind of reminds me of like a Ben 10 character, like a miniature Ben 10 alien. Oddly enough, I like his giant feet and the claws and the hands. It's really well designed. But what's interesting about Pulsemon, and what led me to talk about this in the full-length video, is Pulsemon is one of the few megas that has a vaccine mega, a data mega, a virus mega, and a dark mega, and even has an evolutionary line of the same genre. Actually, give me pause one more sec. I forgot one Digimon. I am back. You wanted to look at one namesake for a Digimon. But yeah, Pulsemon's kind of interesting. Yeah, though some Digimon will have dark megas, but I think having like a proper 4 megas is very rare for an individual Digimon, especially that have different attributes. They did try to do this with the rest of the Vital Bracelets to a certain extent, but I feel like Pulsemon is like the true, like the one true one that no one can really outright copy. So it's because every other Digimon has like its own branch or connected to another Digimon. But yeah, let's move on to individual branches. For the vaccine line, we have Bulkmon, his typical champion. Bulkmon is very cool. It continues that beautiful yellow, the spikes. Has a bit of a dragon dinosaur feel. I like his big claws. It's a good looking design. Bulkmon's very good. I also like the tail as well. It's all very nice. It's got like a muscular Godzilla, so to speak. Then we move on to Boutmon. We get rid of the Godzilla appeal, more of a fighter, like a martial artist. This isn't as bad. I just prefer Bulkmon. But he's got a nice head. He's got a pretty cool design in general. He's martial artist, but also a bit lightning. He looks very kind of Hawaiian maybe, or Asian a bit as well, with the head and spikes, which is a nice touch. And then finally we have the big man of the vaccine line, Kazuichimon, the thunder god himself that eventually becomes part of Fenrir Lugumon Takumichizuchi. I mean, he's got big swords, he's got cool armor. It's a very cool design. A lot of personality, like his helmet. We could see bigger images, but we should just stick here for the time. But yeah, I like Kazuichimon. The vaccine line is pretty nice. I dig it. Then moving on to Data. Now, Data is a bit interesting. for the data, we have to do with Exermon, a little bug fellow, a little like a little electric ant, I guess, maybe. Kind of reminds me of, or even a bit of a spider. He screams more ant with this big bulge in the back. No, I'm actually more spider, but he's three-legged. Exermon is pretty cool. He's nice black. He's a little bit simplistic in design. I like the colors, the black, the green, the nice emerald green, and the yellow. It works very well with this Digimon. It's a nice design. Now, unfortunately, Climon is not part of that line, but if we're going for a more data attributed line, hold on. Okay, so you could use Divermon. I don't think Divermon's the intended, although the blue does work with it. It's a very nice shark Digimon that you could use elsewhere besides Pulsemon. I do like the big rib cage in the mouth, and the eye, like goggle eyes. But I think the more likely scenario, probably my favorite ultimate of the group is Tempomon. Actually no, he is not the ultimate. Oh, never mind. I guess we can talk about Tempomon. I guess it has to be. I guess it has to be Divermon, at least in terms of the way this vital bracelet goes. But yeah, speaking of Tempomon, I like the penguin little head, his cloak, and his shoes and bird. I like the mixture of humanoid and penguin bird. It's very nice, and the purple is very good as well. So he's not that one. So I guess it has to be our good friend Divermon, which I guess makes sense. As far as the virus line, and then we got to go to Shivamon. So Shivamon is the insect based off a Indian god, or it's an Indian god. I like Shivamon. He's pretty nifty. He's a bit basic. Like there's not a lot. He doesn't have a lot of different poses. He's more focused in trends and thought, but it is cool, and he's a nice, interesting bug. You could maybe do for a bug mega for blue mega Kabuterimon, and especially with electricity as well. So I do like the Shivamon. A little small detail is the little white snake on its arms, showing just its command. Moving on to the virus line, it's got to be Runnermon. I think of the champions, this is probably my favorite of the champions. It's kind of reminiscent of Lightdramon or Raidengermon. I like his helmet. He also kind of reminds me of another Wild Mutt from Ben 10 as well. There's a lot of Ben 10 feels to this. Yeah, I mean, is this like a kind of white tiger, white dog? It's very nice. I do the aesthetic. I like the whites, more a different type of green. It works very nicely with them. And then from there, we have to go to Pistamon, which is the weakest of the ultimates. A little force man. He's on a bicycle. He's running for his life. And then there's kind of the horn in the middle, which is a bit weird. Just kind of a odd Digimon. I like his head, though. I like his head and body, but the rest of it is... I kind of think this could make for a Mushmon, ultimate, you could say. Like, goes from Mushmon to Shambomon to this guy. I think that could work well. Then we got the Swole Cat himself, Achillesmon. He's a cat. He kind of... there's an anime that I'm going to be talking about that's related to him. He kind of, like, from a distance, he reminds me of an otter, but he is a cat. And he's got some pretty nice cards. His second one was very good. He's got some sneakers, which are a bit weird, but he's got the big arm. I like the gold and the white and the purple. It's nice mixture of characters. And I also like his eyes as well. Then going for the Dark Mega, we have to discuss Namicmon. This is meaning like a lazy person. This is Dark Mega. My least favorite, just because it looks a bit creepy. It's not my cup of tea. I kind of like the arms, but and the body a little bit, but his head is just too much for my taste. And then we have the Dark Ultimate, which is Climon. Climon's awesome, very cool looking. I think I said Tempomon's my favorite. This is my second favorite. Climon's is pretty cool. Like his big climbing arms and the insect face. This is still insect, not spider based. I like the antennas. I know people like this to be the ultimate for Exermon. But yeah, I like the black and purples. It works nicely. And then of course, before we get to that one, we got to talk about the last ultimate, which is Shootmon, who's pretty cool. He's got a whole bunch of balls with him and his springy arms. Gives me a Mamimon vibe. He kind of reminds me of Mamimon, which is not a bad choice. We could work with him. I like his big giant cannon and the balls he shoot, and his arms as well. They're very nice, and the face is exceptional. But finally, we get to the Dark Mega, his bad version, Shroudmon, which I think we need to get a closer look because Shroudmon has a lot of detail. Yeah, Shroudmon, from this picture you don't really see it, but it's his big yellow eyes. I would say of the megas, this is probably my favorite mega. I really like the Dark Mega. His big giant shoes, his big purple eyes. He's a bit dinosaurish as well. Like you could maybe go from I guess maybe Bulk Bondex or someone. I would have to look at the evolution line. But I also like his giant demon gauntlets as well, and his fury. I hope they do more with him, and even maybe get him out of the Pulsemon family, make it be a secondary evolution for someone else. But yeah, Shroudmon exceptionally well. We could also look at you can also look at our big man Kazuichimon, just to see about the big details of him, his big head, and all the details. There's a lot of good details with him. But I think that's going to do it. I could have done this in short format, but I felt that the Pulsemon line deserves something special because it's one of the few Digimon that has this appeal of having a vaccine mega, virus mega, data mega, and then dark mega. They did try to do this with the other series, like for Volvomon. This would be his good mega, the champion, the virus mega, then of course the dark mega would be ancient Volcamon. Same thing with him, but then we get ancient Mythurimon, which doesn't necessarily work, but the first three are same. Same with Sangomon as well. Oh, we got Plesiomon. This one kind of, yes. This one for Sunarezamon, which is pretty cool. But, no, I guess this one also for Palmon as well. And then the Dark Mega for Hydramon. Okay, so that one, Palmon works. And this one also works. So, Hergurimon. But then I think afterwards it's the end of that. But yeah, that's what they're trying to do with the Vital Bracelets. Like, trying to have like well, at least for Impulse City anyway, they wanted to have the Vaccine Mega, Data Mega, Virus Mega, and then some sort of Dark Mega. I'm going to end it here. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. See you next week for more Digimon news. There might be one more of these. I don't know. We'll see. But see you guys next time.